Hi and welcome to Great Getaways. Today we're going to bring you a show called Best of the Hiawatha National Forest. Danny and I have been here many times over the years and have always had a great time. The early explorers used to call this the Big Manistee Swamp. Now, it's not all swamp, but there are many, many lakes, streams, rivers, ponds, beautiful forest areas, and you can do just about anything: camping, hiking, canoeing, fishing, hunting, anything that you like to do in the outdoors. It's a great place to be, and I think you'll enjoy the show.
Tucked deep in Michigan's Upper Peninsula, just south of Munising, lies one of the best-kept secrets for hikers looking to get off the beaten path, Bruno's Run. This 9-mile loop winds through the heart of the Hiawatha National Forest. It's quiet, it's wild, and it's the kind of trail that lets you breathe a little deeper, walk a little slower, and forget the rest of the world exists. Bruno's Run isn't just a hike, it's a meditation in motion. Whether you've got a few hours or a full day, this trail is a reminder of why we get outside in the first place.
Now, we are actually at McKeever Lake. Now, this is where we left off last time. We're going down the trail a little bit further, find out what we can see. Another reason that we came out here, though, you can see probably behind me, there's a boat launch there. We're trying to figure out whether we can get our boat in on that launch or not. We're going to bring it out here tomorrow and give it a try. Getting a little late in the day. We thought about it today, but we decided we'll wait till tomorrow on that. And right now we're going to head out on the trail and take a look.
As we walked towards the trail, there was a fog setting in over the lake. It just added to the isolation of this vast wilderness. The trail continued next to the lake, and then we veered into the woods. We soon came to a peninsula and headed into it.
Wow, you know what? This is just really incredible. We came down the lake and there's a peninsula that sticks out, so we thought, well, let's walk out there and see where it takes us. And we came out to what looks like a big camping area. Now, don't get too excited, because the only way you're going to get back out here is to backpack out here. So, no trailers, no cars, no nothing, so keep that in mind. But you've got a picnic table, you've got a fire rink, there's even wood sitting here. Even something to wash the dishes with, I guess. I don't know what that's doing here. But we're out on this peninsula and you're looking around this lake. What a gorgeous day. Overcast, just kind of misty a little bit out. But man, nobody else around. I love it.
Before going back to the trail, I walked down to the water to check out the scenery and made a nice discovery.
Something else I noticed down here too. There's a spot that you can actually put a canoe in over on the launch with your equipment and actually paddle down to this particular spot. That'd be another way to get here. You still got to carry your equipment, but you can do it.
If you want to camp and be alone in the wilds, this is the perfect site. Oh, here's another important discovery.
Well, we just left that campsite that we were at, and it looked like it had everything there, but what we weren't thinking about is a latrine. Well, we came a little ways down the trail and we found a sign that said latrine. The thing is, there's an arrow on the tree. You got to go uphill to get there. I don't know where that leads to or how much further you have to go, but keep that in mind if you're looking for one.
As I'm hiking the wilderness trail, I think about a quote from John Muir. And into the forest I go, to lose my mind and find my soul. Nothing could be truer.
I gotta tell you, it is really nice out here. We got a day and nobody else is around. Coming down this trail, one of the things that we found, and one of the things I read about too, is that it was kind of hilly going through here. And they're not kidding, it is hilly. None of the hills are real big, but there's just one after another, going in every which way, in every direction. And makes it quiet, makes it just especially beautiful when it's like that. I'm enjoying myself. Well, there's quite the sign. Not something I expected to find out here. Don't exactly know what it means. I thought maybe it was because of so many up and down hills, they want you to take it easy, have fun, enjoy yourself. But as I got closer, there's a little sign on there that is a cross-country ski trail. And I noticed as you go down the trail, you're gonna be dropping down, going back up, probably telling you, be careful. Basically is what that's saying.
Not only a good suggestion for skiers, but also a great state of mind when you come back here.
Well, I'm telling you, we came down here, and it was right after the sign where we come down this hill, and then it goes back, I think, up there. But as you can see behind me, there's really not much of a trail. I don't see a trail in any direction. This obviously is not moved. People are not coming down this trail very often. And yeah, we might go a little further, but if it doesn't clean up some, I think we're gonna turn around.
As I continue to go deeper into the high grass, I'm thinking maybe I better look at a map.
Might be able to see. This area that we're in is McKeever Lake Hills, and I'm telling you what, it's just up one, down the other. It's just crazy out here. Twists and turns. It's hilly, guaranteed. Be ready for it.
Canoeing and kayaking in the Hiawatha National Forest offered paddlers a chance to explore some of Michigan's most pristine inland lakes, quiet rivers, and scenic shorelines, including highlights like the Indian River Canoe Trail, where we will spend our day. Come up Highway 13 into the Hiawatha National Forest. We have come out to do a little paddling on the Indian River. You can see a lake out behind us along with our friends here. And this lake is Big Fish Lake. It is right on the river itself. We're gonna put in here. We're gonna be paddling upriver a ways. I don't know how far we'll get. There's a series of rivers, lakes. So we're gonna go up and just have some fun. We've got a great day out here. The sun's shining, probably in the 70s, and we're ready to go. I know that. You guys ready?
Yes.
Ready. Yep.
Let's do it. Everyone piled into the canoes and kayaks. Winch was paddling a canoe by himself. I thought to myself, okay, I hope he realizes we're going upriver against the current. Well, more on that later. What do you think, Al? Easy?
Well, so far it's okay, I guess.
A little bit of work going upriver?
A little bit of work.
But it's always nice when you're going back down.
Yeah.
We were paddling upriver by an island, and as we went by, we were intrigued by the folks that were making a camp there. Denny and I had set up camp on this island before. Well, that was until we seen bearskin. We decided this campsite wasn't big enough for both of us. We're coming to the end of the river that we could still paddle. It was nothing but down trees and brush, so it was time to head back downriver. The 51-mile-long Indian River was designated a federal wild and scenic river in 1992. The designation will allow the nationally significant resource values and free-flowing conditions to be protected for future generations. The excellent water quality of the Indian River is an important component of the local ecosystem and provides quality habitat for fish and game species. Many rare, threatened, or sensitive species, such as bald eagle, wolf, common loon, osprey, and wood turtle, call the corridor home. Then the Hiawatha National Forest, which is about 500,000 acres in this area. The Hiawatha is made up of two sets of forests, one over in the eastern UP, one here in the central. And like I said, this part is about 500,000 acres.
which gives you a lot of areas. There's lakes, there's rivers, there's streams, fish, hunt, camp. Anything you want to do in the outdoors, you will find it here. You get out into areas like this, and I mean, sometimes you just want to come out here just to get away from the city, get away from everything.
This is amazing. This is the first time I've been on this river. I kayak here and there all over the UP, but I love this area because there's not a lot of people here, and there's a lot of different types of water area. Like you have open areas, more shallow, more deeper. It's fun, nice, very relaxing. Great scenery also. Yeah.
I love going downriver.
Yes, yeah, so much nicer.
So much nicer going downriver. This beast goes a lot smoother going downriver.
Now, how about next time you have a partner in your canoe?
Well, you know, when Tom said that we were going to paddle upriver, I thought Connie was going to say, well, I don't want to take you, I don't want to, and she'd be and we'd be able to do that, but it didn't work out that way. This isn't so bad. There's, like you said, there's a couple of spots that have got a bit of a current, but I didn't have any problems.
Most of it's not too bad. I mean, you're running into as much problem with wind on a lake as you would out here at the current.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Especially, yeah, with you guys in that one, you got your bow end is yes. A little bit lower. This one, she'd catch every little breeze that's out there.
Yeah, and once that's out of the water a little bit, that wind hits it, and it'll just turn it on you.
Yep.
Well, after the trip of wonderful paddling up the river and back down, it was time to pull over for some lunch before we continued down the river.
Well, we stopped back into where we launched from. We're actually going to go down river from here for a little bit too, but we wanted to stop back, maybe have a little lunch here. Denny ran out, found a little store just down the road a ways, and got us some sandwiches, some pops, and we're just fueling back up, and we're going to head back out. You guys going to be ready to do that?
Oh yeah.
Woo-hoo. You can see how anxious they are.
When we started back on the water downstream, the silence of the wilderness was soon broken by the serenade of a couple of trumpeter swans as they made you aware not to come any closer. We moved further downriver as the day started to cloud up, so we all pulled into a small bay to talk about our trip and the love we all share for Michigan's wilderness.
Highway 13 is a scenic route that winds through dense forests. It connects the inland towns to the shores of Lake Michigan, making it a popular drive for those seeking outdoor adventure or a peaceful escape. This easy access to hiking trails, camping spots, and fishing areas, all while showcasing the natural beauty of the region.
Federal Forest Highway 13 runs north-south for approximately 36.2 miles through the Hiawatha National Forest, between Namath Junction at US 2 in Delta County and US 28 in Alger County. There are 154 forest highways in the United States, and they are numbered in the order they were built. In this case, Forest Highway 13 was the 13th, and it was built in 1930 and paved around 1935. Even though it's owned by the National Forest, the upkeep is dependent on the county that it's in. Highway 13 runs through 3 counties, Alger, Delta, and Schoolcraft. Our next stop would be the chain of lakes. Found off of Highway 13 on Forest Road 440, it goes directly through the Hiawatha National Forest. We would take it east to the chain of lakes, where we would do some canoeing and stop for dinner at Camel Riders Resort, located right on Deep Lake. It is only 3 miles off of Highway 13 along a dusty gravel road, but well worth the drive.
When I'm out here in the Hiawatha National Forest like this, is as you drive along, you're going to see a lot of these small forest roads that run back into the woods. And a lot of times I just like to pull off and go back and hike these woods a little bit. Beautiful areas to go into. Never know what you might see. Great fun.
We launched our canoe on Skeels Lake, the closest lake to Highway 13. The great thing about these lakes, they are all connected, so you can spend the whole day traveling from one lake to another. We would paddle to Straits Lake to start. This chain of lakes consists of Skeels Lake, Corner Lake, Deep Lake, and Straits Lake, and covers 477 acres in the lovely lake country of the Hiawatha National Forest. These are good bass lakes for both large and smallmouth bass, and occasionally large northern pike are taken, as well as bluegill and sunfish. The sun-dappled forest of hemlock, red and white pine, maple, birch, and aspen surround the lake. The lakes are clear with a hard sand bottom. Rainfall and snowmelt are filtered through the sand and feed the clear spring waters of the lakes.
This chain of lakes, which one of the things nice about that, people want to come out here, they can come out without having to worry about being spotted like you have to on a river. Up here you can go into the lakes, you hit a little river, you go into another lake, and you just kind of work yourself along, and then you can come right back to the same spot again.
There's no better way to enjoy the clearness of the air, the clarity of the skies, and the boldness of the forest than to be canoeing, kayaking, or fishing on the larger straits or corner lakes, or the number of smaller lakes they connect to.
This has turned into an incredible fall day. The colors just jump out at you as if to say, have you ever seen anything as beautiful as my autumn extravaganza? It can only happen in the Hiawatha National Forest. I slowly paddled through the calm waters that caused the canoe to ever so slightly rock back and forth as if to rock you to sleep in this wilderness of never-ending beauty and solitude. I know another nice thing about it is we're never far from town. You get out here, you do a little camping, you're doing a little canoeing like this, weather gets bad on you, or you just get tired, you want to go back and have a nice meal, you can always go into town.
Now moving on, one of the best trips Denny and I ever took, the Big Island Lake Wilderness. It is a 5,856 acre protected area within the Hiawatha National Forest in Michigan's Upper Peninsula, located near the community of Steuben. This wilderness is characterized by its 23 clear lakes, ranging from 5 to 149 acres, interconnected by portage trails, making it a haven for canoeists and kayakers. Wildlife such as loons, great blue herons, sandhill cranes, black bears, and bobcats inhabit the area, providing ample opportunities for wildlife observation, with limited trails and no motorized access. No wheels of any kind allowed, including canoe carriers and bikes. Big Island Lake Wilderness offers a tranquil setting for primitive recreation in solitude. One of our most enjoyable trips ever.
Nice to see 3 other vehicles in this normally vacant area. But when you think about it, 3 vehicles for 5,800 acres means the chances are good that you won't have to worry about seeing another person to ruin your serenity. Well, as you can probably tell, we've got a real adventure planned for you today. We're just north of Manistee in the Hiawatha National Forest at the Big Island Lake Canoe Wilderness. You start out in a little parking lot like this. We've got to go down a trail about 1/3 of a mile to our first lake. From that lake, we'll go to another lake, and each one you have to transport your kayaks and your gear across, and then you go into the other areas. The campground is out here. Nice area though. Come out here, you gotta have the right gear with you. So we'll get into that a little bit as we go along. We packed each kayak with all the gear we would need for the journey and hiked the 3/4 of a mile back to the first lake where we would begin our adventure. And that's not bad at all. And this should be the longest portage that we have today. A beautiful area that's out here. We've got multiple lakes. I think there's around 23 lakes that are out here. We're going to be going from lake to lake. We'll probably only take in maybe 3, maybe 4 tops, just to get the feel of the area. Been quite a few years since we've gotten out here.
Yeah, to do any more, we'd have to camp.
Yes. Yeah, we're not planning on that, but we hope to pull up maybe to one of the campsites, take a look around, show you what they look like. So if you want to come out here and do a little wilderness camping, you can do that too. But right now, we're just going to go ahead and put in. We did bring our fishing rods along. We'll see how it goes and see if we string them up and get them ready. But we just want to get out there and have a little bit of fun and paddle around.
That would be the greatest.
All right. Before heading into the water, we made sure that we were covered with insect repellent. And if you're wearing shorts, it's a good idea to wear high socks because the trails are full of everything from poison ivy to picker bushes. The 23 small lakes located here range in size from 5 to 149 acres.
Some of the lakes are connected by maintained portages, while other of the lakes are remote, making access more challenging, as you will soon see.
We're out here on our first lake. This is called Big Island Lake, the namesake of the area. Right behind the camera right now, there's a huge island that's out here, and then on the other side of that, there's another smaller one. We're going to paddle on through this. Our next lake is going to be Mid Lake, and once we're on that, we're either going to go south and go into another lake, or we'll go to the east, which there's also a portage there for a lake that goes out that way. We're going to wait till we get over there to find out for sure just which way we want to go. But this gives you an idea. You get out here, you're just out in the wilderness. It's so quiet out here, so beautiful. And I'm going to run into you just a little bit there. But it's just a great area to be out in. Nobody around, although there are other people out here. We did have cars in the parking lot. And we'll probably see some campers maybe out here while we're out here. So we're going to go ahead and get going. As a matter of fact, I see a canoe way at the other end of the lake right there. So there are other people out here, but I don't expect to see too many. So we'll get going here. We're going to head down the south end of this lake.
Currently, there are no permits required for camping or day use in the Big Island Lake wilderness. Camping at designated campsites is allowed and encouraged. Camping and day use opportunities include off-trail hiking, flatwater canoeing, and fishing. Several portage trails lead into the wilderness lake where fishing and canoeing opportunities exist. Some lakes have no trails leading to them though, so most hiking is cross-country and requires strong orienteering skills.
Well, we're at our first portage. Once we've got onto the lake, we're going over the Mid Lake from here. Nice thing about this, it's just a quick portage over. It's only about 100 feet from one lake to the other, so should be fairly easy to do.
White birch, maple, and aspen cover the wooded hills that surround the lakes. Berries, mushrooms, and wildflowers grow throughout the region, and a wide range of wildlife and waterfowl, including sensitive species, may be observed but should not be disturbed.
Just about plan on getting a little wet at each portage because it is quite shallow by the shoreline and you need to get in, but you have to get them floating first. So. Probably one of the first thing I noticed was that there's really no other sounds than maybe the wind in the trees, some frogs, a few birds, and my paddle in the water. Other than that, there's no road noises. We're way back in the National Forest. Closest road is a gravel 2-track that comes back here to the trailheads. And we've gone back now. We've made one portage. We're in the second lake, headed into a third. We're going to look at this portage. From what I understand, it's short but steep. I don't know what that means, but we're going to find out. If it isn't too bad, we'll haul our equipment over and try into the next lake. Otherwise, we may go back to the other end. There's another portage that leads into another lake that'll be easier. Well, they were right. It's short and steep. When we brought the canoes in, or the kayaks in the first time, we actually carried them down by themselves. We carried our equipment separately. Now we've got everything packed in these, and I think if we're going to do this, we'd like to try to keep everything right in the kayak.
Hope you enjoyed today's show. If you'd like more information, you go to our website at greatgetaways.tv. Now just remember that there's been an accumulation of a lot of shows, and we have a ton of information on there if you want to know anything about it. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook too for all the latest information. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.